Yeah. What's popping, y'all? Let y'all get up in this motherfucker, man. We gonna talk. We gonna talk this Tank Davis. We gonna recap this Tank Davis fight because shit was fire. Shit was a good fight, and it went exactly like how I thought it would. Feel me? I do lives whenever. If y'all up, y'all up. If y'all not, I'm up all kinds of nights, all kinds of mornings. You feel me? I'm up different. So yeah, Tank Davis versus Frank Martin. Shit was lit. Shit was lit for real. Good night of boxing. Uh, I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? Early Father's Day gift for me. Happy Father's Day. You know what I'm saying? All of the pops out there that's actually doing their thing, taking care of their responsibilities. You know, shout outs to y'all. But yeah, man, Tank Davis. What more can I say? I'm hearing a lot of people like, oh, Frank Martin was doing good and he was winning the rounds, and I don't see it that way. I don't see it like Frank Martin was holding it down and all of that. This shit was Tank all the way from the press conference, all the way up into the weigh-in, all the way up into the fight. This was Tank had this fight in the bag. He had this fight in the bag since early. You feel me? Um, uh, I don't believe Frank was like he Zab Judah them. That's what he did. Remember what Floyd Mayweather did to Zab Judah back in the day, where he's like, oh, he's a 4-round fighter. After that, he gasses out. That's what Tank did with Frank Martin. He knows, he's seen him. He says that Frank gasses out. So he just waited for him to gas out. So those rounds where you see Tank, you know what I'm saying, getting hit, or where it seems like, oh, the other guy's winning, all Tank is doing is download, 100% download. All he's doing is downloading that data. That's all he's doing. Oh, he likes to do this. And that's why I like Tank, because in between that, he'll try to land little shots in between the his opponent putting in the work. You know what I'm saying? They trying to execute their game plan, and he's just figuring out what you trying to do so he can adapt. That's why Tank is an ill motherfucker. Tank is an ill nigga because of that. He can do that to whoever. Whoever can make the best adjustments usually wins in boxing. It's an adjustment game, you know? And that's why um uh Bud Crawford did what he did to Spence. And that's why I picked Crawford to win that fight, because I've seen Crawford make more adjustments than I've ever seen Spence make. And I've seen Tank make adjustments to fight after fight. You know, he figures you out and then he does what he wants after that. So some people be like, oh, he's bruised up. Yeah, he'll take that risk. That's why he's exciting. That's why Tank's exciting. But to keep it real about Tank, these fights, we got to talk about these fights that Tank be taking, right? We want to see Tank in the ring with the the top guys. You know what I'm saying? He fought one of them, Ryan Garcia. He did that fight. So kudos to that. That's one guy off the list already. Right? But he ain't got none of the other guys we wanted to see him fight. Like Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, Loma. Right? He ain't got nobodies like that on his resume. And that's my only issue with Tank. Yeah, Frank Martin. See, these are these filter fights. This is a filter fight. It seems like a good fight. But really, it's not that one. These are fights that Tank is picked to win. We know what the outcome is going to be. We know what the outcome is going to be, man. You feel me? We just know. Frank Martin, he wasn't going to beat Tank. He had no shot. He had no shot. I knew that. I said 7th round that Tank was going to finish him. He did it in the 8th. So the fight pretty much went exactly like how I seen it in my head. Tank downloading data and knocked this guy out. That's it. The accuracy of, I don't even think it's all power with Tank. It's the accuracy and the punch placement of his shots. I don't think it's all just, raw power. The boy is Aki. That's what it is. But yeah, man, back to what I was saying, man. You can't get caught up in the gloss of Tank, because Tank is a superstar, period. When that boy come out, he's a superstar, man. That's just it. So it's easy to get caught up in that superstardom that oozes off Tank. It's easy to get caught up in that. Because he's that, you know what I'm saying? He's that exciting. He draws you in. So this is why a lot of times Tank don't get shit like he should be getting for the fights that he's involved in. And a lot of times, even out of Tank's mouth, he said it on Gilly's podcast that he don't choose his fighters. He don't say, yeah, let me get Loma. He don't say, yeah, let me get Devin Haney next. He don't be saying that. You feel me? So that right there is that shit is crazy, man. You know, I want to see Tank. He got a 6-fight deal with Amazon Prime. You know what I'm saying? So first fight lineup is what? Frank Martin, the Ghost. They gave him that. Now it's up. It's up from here. If he ain't fighting Loma, if he ain't fighting Shakur, he ain't fighting Devin Haney. Like who else? Who else they gonna make up to say that, he's a threat to Tank? Because there's no one. There's no one other than the guys that I named. It's that simple. You know what I'm saying? Tank needs that fight on his resume for the legacy, man. He's at the point where he needs legacy fights now. We know you right there neck and neck with Canelo as the face of boxing. We know that. We know you the highest paid, or you getting bread. If you're not the high, you getting bread, dog. We know that. Now we want to see if you could beat the guys that we want to see you in the ring with. That's it. And I'm a Tank fan, okay? Period. He's the best one out of all of these guys, in my opinion. He has all of the skills. He has everything that the other guys have, but he has power on top of it. And IQ. See, this is another thing I've been saying about Tank, is how smart he is. His boxing smarts, underrated. In each fight, he's showing y'all. And if you look in his past fights, you can see his IQ. This is what I'm saying about adjustments. I was talking about adjustments earlier. Whoever can make the most adjustments is going to win the fight usually. And Tank usually can make more adjustments than whoever he's fighting. That's why the Shakur fight is real interesting, because Shakur Stevenson is another guy that is good at adjusting. Well, I don't know, because we haven't seen him adjust like that. You know, he's pretty much fought the way he's wanted to fight. Shakur Stevenson, I'm talking about. And I don't like the way Shakur Stevenson's been handling himself outside the ring and with the media and his persona and that's just me. I have my right to not like that. You know what I'm saying? He's putting it out there for the public to see. I don't like what he's putting out there. But his fighting skills, that's something different. The boy can fight. We ain't taking that shit away from him. He can fight. I thought that Devin Haney was their toughest fight because he was having the tougher competition. He's been through the rougher road than both of those guys. So he was winning until he got cheated. But see, I feel like this cheat that Devin took a lot out of him, because he's fighting up a roided guy. He's fighting up a guy on the juice. So everybody laughing at Devin Haney like, oh, he lost. No, he was fighting a guy cheating. The dude was juiced up. So if you punching him, that's like when Manny Pacquiao was on the juice fighting Cotto. I don't care what you say. He was on the juice when he was fighting Cotto, because Cotto was hitting him with the meanest left hooks I've ever seen in boxing. And Manny was eating them shits like Scooby snacks. Right? So Devin Haney already has a problem with power. So Ryan on this shit, roid rage, he ain't feeling nothing. He's numb to punches at this point. And he's exerting his power and knocking this kid, the clean guy, right? The dirty guy is knocking around the clean guy. It's sick. Absolutely sick. So anybody saying or saying that, oh, even if Ryan wasn't the style he fought, no, that's bullshit. The nigga cheated, dog. It ain't no, even if he wasn't on the juice, he would have did that style and still won. No. Because maybe if he wasn't on that shit, the jabs and all of that shit take more effect on Ryan than it would have if he, you know what I'm saying? Like, stop it. Stop it. Trying to come up with excuses. Oh, Haney lost. Oh, he wasn't keeping his left hand. He wasn't blocking while he... No, nigga. The nigga was cheating. All right? The boy was cheating. And that's the reason that he won. It wasn't because of his boxing skills. It was because he was on 4, 5, 6 different drugs. He was juiced up. And that's that. He had to cheat to defeat Devin Haney. That's the only way he was able to win. That's why he was on that shit. Because if he felt like he could really defeat him, he wouldn't have used that shit. Period. So there's no fucking excuse you can make that's going to tell me that oh, Ryan is better than Devin Haney. He's absolutely not. He's absolutely not better than Devin Haney, bro. Ryan Garcia is not better than Devin Haney, bro. Period. That nigga's a cheater. You feel me? So, yeah, man. Tank. I would still like to see Tank fight Devin Haney. That's still a fight I want to see. After Devin Haney gets back in the ring and gets his confidence back. Because a loss, like how he lost, cheating can do something to a fighter mentally. You see what happened with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury when Deontay found out about the cheating from Tyson Fury. It's a hard mental hurdle to get over, knowing that somebody was juiced up, beating on you. Feel me? So I want to see Devin get back in there, get a win, get his confidence back, let him start feeling like himself again, and get that fight with Tank. I want to see Tank. Who you want to see Tank fight next? You feel me? I'm hearing Bob Arum saying that they already was in talks with the PBC and Amazon, and they already been talking about the Loma and Davis fight. So that's a good thing. That's something that Loma needs. Loma needs the Davis fight more than Davis needs it, in my opinion. You know, because Loma is on the way out. It's going to be another good check for him. And he has a chance to have the discipline enough to defeat Tank Davis. Because that's what it is, I believe. The formula to beat Tank is you have to be ready to go 12 rounds doing whatever outboxing you can. That's Shakur Stevenson. You see, that's what they say. Oh, he's gonna run. That's it. That's why people feel like Shakur Stevenson could defeat Tank, because he has that style where he can actually possibly stay away from Tank. Because Tank gonna apply pressure. He gonna apply pressure. You know? So, yeah, man. It is what it is. Benavidez too. I like the way Benavidez looked. Benavidez looked great. Moving up to 175, up against that tough guy. I don't know how he was taking the shots that he was taking. He looked like he was juiced up. I'm sorry, that dude looked like he was juiced up. The guy that, I don't know how to pronounce his name properly, but the guy that Benavidez fought looked like he was juiced up. He looked like that. He looked like he was juiced up, for real. Because he was taking some devastating shots, body work, and he was not flinching. He wasn't flinching. I'm like, okay, these body shots going to start taking effect around the fifth or sixth round, because he's been doing it from the first round all the way in. He's been dedicated to the body. Stayed in the basement, Benavidez was. Whoa, going down there. And I don't know. That dude was just eating them shits. Combinations. Benavidez looked like Benavidez. He looked like the Mexican monster. Straight up dominated him. He probably gave away a round or two. You had that he gave away a round or two because he was dominating the whole fight. He was doing whatever he wanted. He hit him whenever he felt like it. When he decided he wanted to hit Glockic, 40 Glock, whatever his name is from the Ukraine, like it was straight service. It was straight service, man. Straight service. So yeah, that's what I got for y'all on that fight, man. It was a good fight. It was a good night. Shout out to Frank Martin too. You know what I'm saying? Even though I feel like he was too green. He was too green for this fight. It was too early for Martin to have a Tank Davis fight. He didn't have the proper fights under his belt to be fully prepared for a Tank Davis. They lubing them. They lubing Frank Martin. Got him knocked out. Gave him the fight too early. Just like they did to Lubin. They gave Lubin the Charlo fight too early. Even though I feel like Frank did handle the lights better than I thought he was. While he was out there, it looked like the jitters was out of him. It didn't look like he didn't look like a deer in the headlights at first. You know what I'm saying? But I knew from the style that Tank was fighting what Tank was doing. So all those rounds where y'all like, oh, he was winning the first this rounds. No. Data. Because he was getting knocked out. This is what Tank is thinking about. He ain't thinking about going all 12 rounds with this guy. Because in between those rounds where Frank Martin is quote unquote winning them, Tank is landing a body shot. You still feeling that boy. Pause me. You know what I'm saying? He's still gonna dig you to the gut. He's still gonna hit you with the ups, the powerful jabs, range finding shots. You know, he's just trying to see where he could get you in a spot where he could get off. Because he know when I get off, you ain't gonna be able to take it. It's that simple. It's that simple. So, yeah, man. Just that's all I want y'all to watch out for with Tank is don't get caught up in the glitz and glamour of the fights. We need to see Tank in there with the niggas we want to see him. We need to see him in there with them niggas, man. He got one on his resume, which is Ryan Garcia. Scratch that off the list. Next, we want to see Devin Haney. We want to see Loma. We want to see Shakur Stevenson. Right? We want to see guys like that. In a way, you know, that's a good fight. The Godzilla, the Japanese guy. That's a super mega fight right there. In a way, in Tank, whew, that should be like the last fight Tank takes. You know, because how long is Tank gonna stay at 35 before Inoue gets implemented into the weight class and all of that? By the time Inoue is up in the 35 class, you know what I'm saying? Tank gonna be sitting there comfortable. He probably don't already had the belts, and he gonna be on his way out to 140 somewhere. You dig? So, yeah, man. Who you want to see Tank fight next? You want to see him have another filter fight where it looks prettier than what it is? You know, that's a filter fight, y'all. You know how bitches do. They put the filter to make themselves look cuter than what they really are. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the PBC has been doing with Tank's career. Been giving them these filter fights. Filter fights, I mean. I'm sorry. Filter fights. Glossy and look nice on paper. Oh, whoa, that's decent. But really, it's a fight that Tank, them niggas know he gonna win it. So yeah, man. I'm gonna go live again. I'm gonna go live again. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be pulling up late. I just cooked on this shit. I just cooked on this shit, man. So yeah, man. I see y'all on the next John, man.